Start recording. So welcome back to class, everybody. Let's start by talking about paragraph format and kind of reviewing that for a moment. So when we do our paragraph format, we need to remember to have a 1-inch margin all the way around the paper. And when we do that, it's going to be on the left side, it will be like a straight line down. And on the right side, it will kind of have like an irregular line. And a lot of people miss this on the quiz. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to open up a Word document here. This was our practice. And you guys know I already gave you the answers. I emailed the answer to this to your email and your TCC email. But what I wanted to show you was, and this goes for the quiz as well, do you see on the left side of the screen, there is a straight line all the way down. If I was to start with the heading with the name, the class, the date, and I continue down to the second line of my paragraph, the third line of my paragraph, and continues down, it's exactly a straight line. So only the first line is indented. So that one is not along that left line. And then the title will have some space. Okay, I'm going to come back to the title in just a minute and talk to you about it. But you can see on the left side, it's all the way down the same line. Okay. And on the right side, take a look at this, where there's princess, all, okay, and then and. This is not exactly a straight line. And that is how it's supposed to be. Do not change the right side. Okay, a lot of students miss this. What students were doing was they were taking the whole paragraph and they were clicking on the block. And I do not want you to do this block. This one is not correct. When you do this, what happens is it puts irregular spacing in the middle of your paragraph. So sometimes it looks like the words are separated by a lot of space, and sometimes they're separated by a little bit of space, and that's not correct. What we want to do is the one at the top left. It says align left. That one is correct. Okay, so, and I've said this before last week in my videos, do not do anything with the margins. When you start typing, you don't need to change the paragraph margins. Okay, it's already set automatically to 1 inch and it's correct. The only thing you need to change is the title. So when we go to the title, we're going to go to the second option, centering the title. Okay, and some of you missed this in your Blackboard discussion board practice. If you guys remember that last week on Thursday. A lot of people missed this title mistake. There's actually three mistakes with this title. The first mistake was it was not centered. Okay, so remember, we are not space, trying to get it over, right? We're not doing that. Okay, what we need to do is just click on the second formatting option at the top, center, and now it's correct. Okay, the other mistake with the title is that it's a complete sentence. You see the verb in here? We don't want to have a title that is a complete sentence. Right? And the third mistake was the capitalization in the title. So what I'm going to do to fix that is take off most of this. And then I capitalize the first letter. Not all the letters, but the first letter of each word. And now it's a simple title. Very simple. My Wedding Day. Okay. I do not need to make any of this dark, like dark letters. You don't need to make it bold. You don't need to change the font or the size even really. Just keep everything simple. And now this is a perfectly formatted paragraph. This is how I wanted it to look. And also with your quiz, you remember the title was Types of Sentences, I believe. We would capitalize the T. You don't have to capitalize the O and of, but you capitalize the S in sentences. And then that's centered in the middle. The first line is indented just one time, one touch of the tab button. Okay. Some of the students put two. Some of you with your formatting, it ended up going here, and this is not correct. This is not correct either, because now the margin with the heading is not the same. So the margin with my heading is at 1 inch, and the margin with the paragraph is at 2 inches on the left side, and that's not correct. Okay? So even if it might look okay to you, it's not correct. It's got to be all the way over and one tab indentation. Okay, I know that's a lot to think about, but remember I said get the basics now in level 1, and then you won't have to worry about your instructor saying, hey, your margins are wrong, or you did your title wrong, because some instructors will be very picky and they will mark off points for not having good format. So now is the time to kind of just memorize it and get used to the way of doing it. And then in the future, it will be simple and automatic for you. Okay, guys, any questions about this?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing and go our screen. Okay, so the second item on our whiteboard was to review paragraphs. So Carolina, can you tell me what you remember about a paragraph?
It's like a couple sentences with talking about one topic.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And a couple usually means two, and several means three of something. So we need more than just a couple. How many do we need?
6 to 10.
Yes, good. 6 to 10 sentences total. And all of the sentences are about one topic. And good. So, Gerardo, what are the three parts of a paragraph?
The three parts of the paragraph is the topic, title, and topic sentence. Well, the three main parts is the main idea, the supporting details, and a conclusion.
Good. And let's talk about all of the other, like you said, the main idea. What's another name for a main idea?
The topic sentence.
Yes. So I'm going to write this on the top of your screens. Three parts of a paragraph. You can say the main idea, or you can say topic sentence. Those are really the same thing. And then we have the supporting sentences. What's another way to say the supporting sentences? Another name for those?
Is
It's in your book on page 12.
supporting details.
Yeah, supporting details, but there's another word. It starts with a B. Look at the
Body,
top of page 12.
the body sentences.
the body, yeah.
Okay.
You can call them body sentences or the body of the paragraph. That's the same as the supporting sentences or supporting details, okay? And then, yeah, our third part is either you can call it a concluding sentence or conclusion sentence. So I want to make it clear and not confusing, because you might hear somebody say, oh, that's a main idea, but you might want to call it a topic sentence. It's really the same thing. So each of these three parts has a choice of names that you can call it, okay?
Okay.
That's good, guys. So today we're going to focus on how to write a topic sentence, what it should look like, and then we're also going to look at the supporting sentences and talk about more about what to use or what to put in those or that part of the paragraph. Concluding sentence, this is something that we'll just keep working on with each paragraph. The only way we can really talk about concluding sentence is to say you have to restate the main idea, just say it in a different way. Okay, so there's not a magic formula on how to write a perfect concluding sentence. It just depends on your topic, your style of writing, and your ability to use synonyms in a different sentence structure. So mainly we're focusing on that first sentence of a paragraph and then the support. Okay, that's what we're doing today. So let's check the homework and let's see if you were able to find the supporting sentences in practice 1, page 13. Look at the top of page 13. Okay, so they already gave you the first supporting idea. It's the we live in our own little city. Okay, so if you look at that, what we're doing is looking at the paragraph on page 12. Okay, paragraph on page 12. The dark letters are the topic sentence. Remember I said in our paragraphs, we're not going to make the topic sentence a dark color like that.
Yes.
But in your book, they're showing that to you just to show you where the topic sentence is. So after that, we're looking for the supporting sentences. So what they did is they kind of summarized, right? They didn't copy exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a little challenging. Practice 1 is a little challenging. They're kind of paraphrasing or kind of condensing the idea. But the first one was done for you. And Gerardo, what did you put as the second supporting point or idea?
For the second one, I put our dorm room becomes our refuge. We never have enough money. I don't know why I did that, but well, I did our dorm room becomes our refuge. And I tried to summarize, and after that, I put we never have enough money.
Oh, we never have enough money. Money problems is one of the other supporting points. It goes on a different line.
Oh,
Yeah, so what we want to do for the first answer that you put, it should be something like this. We share the bathrooms with strangers who soon become friends.
oh,
Okay.
yes, okay.
And is that an exact sentence? Yeah, it is. They decided to copy it this time.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put dot, dot, dot. So that whole sentence, we share the bathroom with strangers who soon become friends. Okay. And so what they did was they took the first two sentences of the supporting sentences and they put that together as one, and that's the pink sentence at the top. And under that, what we're doing is we're adding the second major detail here. We share bathrooms. And And it says we laugh together, cry together. Okay, that's the friends part. So we're still talking about friends when we say we laugh together. It's the friends, the sharing. So the next one we should write is our dorm room becomes our refuge. Our dorm room becomes our refuge. Is that what you guys got, or you got something different?
Mm,
Teacher, I didn't underline the our room or dorm room because I didn't.
You didn't underline it?
Yeah, I didn't underline that one.
Yeah, we're doing practice one. It's not really underlining, it's just writing in the lines. Did you write sentences?
Oh, I'm sorry, teacher. It's because I have it in my computer, so I underline. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Good way to do it. Okay, so I put the next few up here. Our dorm room becomes our refuge, and then we have money problems. And then what comes after that? Do either of you know?
Money is a part.
um, so,
So we already, it gives another detail about the 25-cent ramen noodles. That's
yeah.
about money problem. Okay,
Uh,
what's the
the
Next one,
next one, we drink way too much coffee and we order pizza at 1 a.m.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So that's the next one. They're talking about what they eat. And the final point is about the college standard time. Okay, college standard time. Basically, that's just a joke. It's saying that we're always late to things. We sleep in, go to bed late, wake up late.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So that was practice one, just looking at supporting details a little bit more. Questions, anybody?
No, it's a little challenge, but I think I didn't understand very well what they were doing, but so they were summarizing a little bit of
Yeah.
sentence, right? Okay.
Yes, some of it is just kind of taking their own idea. And I'm going to make when I teach writing to you guys this week and next week, you'll see I'm going to make it a lot simpler. Okay, these paragraphs that they put in here, they're good paragraphs, but they're longer. There's more vocabulary in here, and they kind of are breaking it down in a little bit of a confusing way, I think, because sometimes in practice one they copied a whole sentence, and sometimes they summarized or paraphrased two sentences together, and that can be confusing, especially when you're first learning to write. But the main thing I wanted you to see was that the supporting sentences are those that are in the middle. It's just the middle of the paragraph. It's not the first sentence. It's not the last. Okay, so that I know now. Supporting sentences are the details, the information in the middle of the paragraph. And notice it gives several different details, kinds of details, right? They didn't all talk about money. The whole paragraph is not only about money, it's about several different things. It's about friends, it's about how their room is, money, what they eat and drink, and then how they live, as far as their time. So those are the supporting details.
Okay. So
Okay.
in this case, this paragraph is a informative paragraph.
Yes, it's informative.
Oh,
Yep, it's giving information, anything that says you should do this, you must do this, so it's not persuasive. All the paragraphs we do in this class will be informative.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take a look at page 13 again, and we're going to talk about topic sentences. Now, at the bottom of page 13, it says narrow the topic. Okay, and we practiced this a little bit last week because sometimes your teacher will give you a topic that says, okay, guys, describe yourself. I want you to write a paragraph about yourself. So let's look at one example up here on the PowerPoint. We're talking about writing a topic sentence. We need to have our main idea here. So what do you think? Let's evaluate this sentence. If my teacher says, describe yourself or introduce yourself in a paragraph, and I want to put this sentence as my first sentence, my topic sentence. It says, my name is Eduardo Garcia. What do you think about this? Is this a good topic sentence?
No.
No, I don't think so.
You think no? If you
No.
say, okay, Carolina, you said no. Why?
Um, I think you should go on the paragraph, but not in the main idea, like topic
Okay,
sentence.
but do you know why, or can you explain why?
Mm, mm, I don't know, but I don't think
You just
it.
don't like it as a first one?
Yeah.
Okay, Eduardo, can you explain why? Either you agree or disagree about this topic sentence.
Well, actually, I think it's good
Okay.
because it has is he's gonna talk about him, and I think it
Mhm.
has the topic has the subject and a verb. I think so.
Okay, so it is a complete sentence. It's got subject, verb, it
Completely.
has a period at the end.
Yeah.
Um, the topic is talk about yourself, right?
Yeah.
So far, this is one of the number one mistakes that my students make, though. They assume that this is a good topic sentence. It actually is not.
Okay.
It's not a good topic sentence. And I've chose this to kind of show you right off the bat, in the very beginning, that sometimes what you think is great because it seems normal is not, and we're going to talk about why. Okay, this was a
Okay.
very common topic sentence. When I teach writing, a lot of students will start like this. My name is Sylvia. My name is whatever. And that's not how we want to start a paragraph, okay? It's not developed, and I'll share more about what that means. It doesn't have a controlling idea.
Oh.
The only thing this has is the topic, me, right?
Mhm.
Myself. That's the only thing this has in it. It does not have a controlling idea. We don't have something that we're going to focus on in our paragraph. And you might say, well, I'm focusing on myself, right? But that's too broad, okay? That's too general. If we have one paragraph, we need to be able to break it myself, I need to be able to organize it into maybe three parts, three aspects of myself, and they have to be unified and organized, okay? Um, so that's what they mean when they say narrow the topic. Narrow the topic. Look at page 14. Look at page 14 at the top.
Mhm.
Do you see where it says family? If your teacher says, I want you to write a paragraph about your family, right? You cannot say, my family is in Mexico. That would not be a good topic sentence because
Yeah.
need to have is something to focus on. And look at the examples they gave on the right side in that box, page 14. Parent-child relationships, or sibling rivalry, or family stories. Maybe you want to focus on your family stories. I have, you know, my family has bonded together through two major events in our lives. That would be a good topic sentence. Or you give a definition and focus on family. You can focus on children, how they are siblings. Siblings are like brothers and sisters. Rivalries, how they fight, you know. So we're focusing on something. In each of these topics, you can see on the left side, each one can be focused on a particular part, you know. Maybe for celebrations, number 4, we might say, well, I want to focus on family celebrations, or I want to focus on birthdays, how we do birthdays in the United States or in my native country. Or maybe you can focus or narrow it down to religious celebrations, right? There are 3 famous religious celebrations in my culture, and you can talk about each of those. You see, so we can kind of focus it a little bit more, and it makes a better paragraph. Okay, so I'm going to show you in a minute kind of how to change that paragraph that Eduardo wrote there, and I'll show you how to make it better. But let me first show you some of the questions that you need to ask yourself when you're writing a topic sentence. So number 1, is my topic sentence a complete sentence? That's very important, right? It has a subject and verb. It has a period at the end. Number 2, does my topic sentence have a controlling idea? That's the same as a focus. So think about narrowing your topic into a particular aspect or part. So we're narrowing it, we're controlling the idea. That's important. And then number 3, does my topic sentence make a valid and supportable point? If I put in there, my name is Hana Ouattara, is that a supportable point? Am I trying to tell you only about my name? You know, it's if you have a topic sentence, you're going to have your topic in there, and you need to be able to support it and explain it. So how can I explain my name to you? My name is Ouattara. You know, there's not really anything else to say to support my name. So I have to include words that later on I can explain more. Like, there are 3 aspects to my personality. Oh, that is something that is supportable. Aspects to my personality. I can support that more. I can explain that more. Number 4, can I support my topic sentence in a single paragraph? Yes. So we don't want to have a topic that's so general and like that you could just say so many things about. We want to kind of narrow it down to something that's a little bit focused. Okay. So here are some ideas. Remember Eduardo Garcia, right? He made a bad topic sentence. So this is what we want to change it. Okay, we want to have a topic with a focus. In your book on page 14, let's look at that for a second. Okay, you guys can turn off your microphone for a second. This is kind of making some noise here. So at the bottom of page 14, look at the controlling idea. And what you see at the very bottom, it says the controlling idea is an essential part of the topic sentence because, and you can underline this with a pencil if you want. It makes a point about the topic. It expresses the opinion, attitude, or feeling. So, for example, look at the two examples on the bottom. Leaving the family home can be a difficult experience for some college students. So the topic is family, and we're focusing on the leaving the home, family home. So they narrowed that down even more. So that's our topic now, leaving the family home. And then we're going to focus on what? It can be a difficult experience. So we're going to focus on how it's going to be difficult. That's what's controlling the topic. That's what's narrowing or focusing the topic on difficult experience, not great experience, not expensive experience, but difficult. Okay, so difficult is a description word that's helping us to focus the topic. Look back at your PowerPoint screen, and I gave maybe some simpler examples here. So take a look at these three. These are three examples of topic sentences. Now, one of these is the best, and the other two are just kind of, not really that good. So I'm going to read them, and then I want you guys to tell me what you think is the best topic sentence because it has a topic and a controlling idea, okay? So number one says, hobbies are fun activities. Number two, I'm going to tell you about my hobbies. And number three, my favorite hobbies are hiking and fixing cars. All right, so either Carolina or Gerardo, whoever's there, can you guys let me know which one do you think is the best?
Uh, Go ahead, Carolina.
Hobbies are fun activities.
Okay, number one.
Yeah.
So number one would be, the topic would be hobbies.
Mhm.
Okay, is it focused on something?
Mm, on hobbies.
But hobbies is the topic,
Yeah.
right? So what are we going to focus on in this? Because remember, we need the controlling idea, we need the focus. So where is the focus?
Are fun activities.
Okay, so hobbies, is that the same as fun activities?
No.
Okay, what's the definition of hobbies? Let's start with that. I'm asking you a lot of questions. I know it's kind of
um,
get you to think about this. What is the definition of hobbies?
activities like you like to do.
Yep, activities that you like to do in your free time.
Mhm.
Okay, are they fun activities?
Yes.
Yeah, because you're not going to have a hobby if it's not fun.
Yes.
Like my hobby is not doing dishes. You know, I don't look for dishes. Oh, I want to do dishes. It's my free time. Where's some dishes I can clean? That's not a hobby because all hobbies are going to be fun
Yeah.
activities like swimming, camping, reading books, traveling, right? Those are examples of hobbies. So now what we have is we have a problem, Carolina, because fun activities is very general. That's kind of what hobbies are. It's like saying the same thing twice. So in that case, number one is not good. It's not focused on anything. What
Mhm.
it is, number one is just giving us a definition. And we have to be careful. We don't want to use a definition as a topic sentence. Okay. It's not good enough. All right.
Okay.
But good try. I put these here because they are kind of tricky. All of them kind of look good, but there's one that's better. Does anybody have another idea about which one would be better? And I don't know who that is over there making noise. Is that you? Is that you, Hara?
Yes, I sent you a message. I mean,
Oh, what?
so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna see the video later.
Oh, okay.
I really apologize about it. Okay.
No, it's no big deal. No problem. No
Thank you.
problem. Okay, we'll see you later.
Yes, thank you, teacher.
Okay, so let's talk about this. We've got number 2. I'm going to tell you about my hobbies. This one is still not a good topic sentence because um, it's announcing. It's what we call announcing. If you look on page 15, we do not want to just announce. I will write. Look in the middle of page 15, number 2, announcement. I will write about nursing. This sentence announces the topic, but it doesn't say anything relevant about it. So do not use expressions such as my topic or I will write or I'm going to tell. So we do not want to do that. We don't put ourselves in there and say, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to write about. So that one is not good either. So guess which one is the best? Number 3.
Yeah, the last one.
Number 3 is the best topic sentence. It's still very simple. It's not long or complicated, but let's look at what it has. The topic is my favorite hobbies, or my hobbies, okay? But it's focused on 2 of my hobbies, 2 hobbies, hiking and fixing cars. So my favorite hobbies is the topic. Hiking and fixing cars is the focus. And look at what we can do. There's an option at the bottom you can see. We can also switch the topic and the focus around and make a different sentence, but it's still a really good topic sentence. Hiking and fixing cars are my favorite hobbies. So now we put the focus first and the topic at the end of the sentence, which is okay to do. Okay, so Carolina, do you see that now? Do you see how number 3 is on something?
Yes.
Okay, good. So when you think about a controlling idea, you can think about using a number like 2 reasons or 3 ways or a few kinds of something. That's a good way to control an idea. Or you can list them. Hiking and fixing cars. Those are 2 examples, right? So you can list the 2 things as part of a controlling idea. Another thing you can do in a controlling idea is to use adjectives. Okay, that's what they did in on page 14 at the bottom. Their controlling idea, they used an adjective. It can be a difficult. Difficult is an adjective. Okay, so those are a couple of ways that you can help yourself make a good controlling idea. If you look on page 15, look at page 15. Let's find some more sentences that might be good here. Look at the bottom. At the bottom, it says vague would be are too weak. But it's not really focused on how they're weak. So we need more there. Okay. Or today's students have more responsibilities than those in the past. Is that really true? It might be hard to prove that. Okay. So that one might not be a sentence either. But look under that. Some of the best students juggle schoolwork, children, and part-time jobs. Do you see how they just listed 3 things?
Yes.
Remember, we just listed and What was the other one? Fixing cars, right? So we're listing things. That would be a good way to focus on the topic. Okay, that's an example there. So think about you remember in chapter 1, and we practiced free writing, and I asked you a topic from chapter 1 and just do some free writing, and I think you did the brainstorming one where you made a list. Is that right?
No, I did
No,
the
that was somebody else. Chapter 1.
I have it here. The cluster.
Oh, cluster. Okay. And what topic did you
Favorite season of the year.
favorite season of the year? So let me kind of put you on the spot here and see, can you think of a topic sentence that could go very well with that topic? Favorite season of the year. Can you think of something that might work? Okay, let me give you some help. My favorite season of the year is what? What is your favorite season?
Winter.
Is winter, and we capitalize seasons. Now, we could just stop there, but it's a little bit, it's not really focused on anything. Yeah, we're focusing on winter. Winter is the topic, okay? Winter is the narrowed topic. So we need to continue. And right here we can add because, and we can add maybe 2 adjectives because it's cold and
Holidays.
well, holidays is not an adjective, but we can cold and relaxing, or you can adjectives, or you can go to nouns and let's say because of the holidays. Now, holidays is a plural noun, so you could focus your whole paragraph on all the holidays of winter, or we can because of the holidays and the snow. I don't know. I'm just making this up. I don't know what you, but you can pick out 2 of the ideas maybe and that you want to focus on, or you can just say, well, I want to write only about holidays. So you could say just because of the holidays.
Okay.
So you have some options when you're making a controlling idea. Okay. There's not a magic formula where it has to be this way, it has to have this word, but this one is now good because I have a topic I'm focusing on. I mean, I'm writing about the winter as my favorite season. Okay. So this first part right here, this is the topic. My favorite season of the year is winter. Okay. Then I'm going to focus on 2 things, the holidays and the snow. What's great? What is great about the holidays? What does it make me feel like? Or how does it, you know, make me happy? And the snow, how does that make me happy? What do I like about the snow? What happens with snow? Okay, so those are the things we can focus on.
Okay.
All right, so that's just an example there. And everybody is going a homework assignment in discussion board where you're going to write one topic sentence for the topic that you chose from chapter 1, and you're going to put it in Blackboard and kind of help. You'll have a partner, and you guys are going to check each other's sentence. So I'll get to that later, but that is something we're focusing on this week, is how to write a topic sentence. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any questions?
No, teacher.
Okay. Are you the only one here in the class still?
Yes.
You and me and everybody else will be watching in a video. So, okay, let's just do a couple of things on page 16. Page 16, where it says hint in that little red box. It says hint, write a clear topic sentence. Your topic sentence should not express an obvious or well-known fact. Okay, so we're not going to be kind of boring. Like for favorite season of the year, we do not say winter is a cold season. We do not say that because it's obvious,
Okay.
right? So look at their example in the gray box. Work is important. And then under that it says everybody knows this. So that's not really a developed topic. It's better if we say maybe when looking for a job, remember that some factors, circle that there, some factors are more important than having a good salary. Ooh, that one sounds better and it's focused a lot better. When I circled some factors, is that the topic or is that the controlling idea?
Which one, teacher? I'm sorry.
Some factors in the gray box. The topic, or will that be the controlling idea?
The controlling idea.
Yes, that's a controlling idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means my whole paragraph is going to be focused on 2 or 3 factors, 2 or 3 reasons or situations that make a job more important than having a good salary. So maybe one factor would be developing my own skills.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe another factor will be people and my coworkers. So I'm going to be listing factors. That is the controlling idea. Okay. All right. So let's skip over to page 17 and we're going to check practice 4 now. Practice 4 on page 17. Now this was homework.
Yes.
The reason I gave it for homework is because there's a lot of things to read and we don't have time to read it all in class. So what did you put for number 1?
For number 1, when people participate in a physical activity, they gain many advantages.
That is correct. So I'll just write it on my PowerPoint because some people may not catch that. Answers to practice 4. Okay, so the number 1 is the second sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now can you circle in that sentence? Can you circle the controlling idea or the focus?
They gain many advantages.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah.
Gain many advantages, or you can just circle many advantages. So once again, we have a noun. Plural noun means more than one thing. So remember, on page 16, we circled some factors, right? And on this page, we're circling many advantages. That is a great way to make a controlling idea because you're showing the reader, hey, I'm going to focus on these things,
Mm-hmm.
advantages. And the topic would be
when people participate in a physical activity?
Well, I wish it was that easy, but it's a little challenging. The topic is actually benefits of physical activity.
Okay.
And that's challenging because I benefits, but look back at the paragraph at number 1. It says, first, physical exercise builds muscle. That's a benefit, builds muscle.
Okay.
Furthermore, physical activity greatly benefits mental health. And that's the word benefit you see there. So if I take the whole paragraph, I can see, okay, this paragraph is about the benefits of physical activity. So now when I write a topic sentence, I can say when people participate in a physical activity, they gain many advantages. So we're talking about the benefits. What are the advantages of physical activity? Okay, so we're talking about physical activity in number 1. Let's go to paragraph number 2. And what did you pick as the topic sentence?
Research suggests that male and female children react to divorce in different ways.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, again, we've got a plural noun. Can you find the plural noun that's going to be the focus here? And circle it. Different ways. Different ways. So circle that. Okay. And paragraph number 3 on page 18.
Modern technology has led to a loss of our privacy.
Good. Now this one have a plural noun like many things or several reasons. We don't have that, but it's still a good topic sentence. The third one here, modern technology has led to a loss of our privacy. So the topic is the modern technology, and the focus is loss of our privacy. So we're going to be focused on how we're losing our privacy. Now, some students might say, well, what about the first one? Because we have many ways. But the problem with that is that it's only, the topic is just internet. And in this paragraph, we have more things than just internet. We have cameras. Cameras is one of the details. And then we, at the end they talk about internet. So we have with what we choose is the topic here. Internet is too narrow. We need it to be a little more general. So modern technology is like a little bit bigger circle. It includes internet inside of it. It also includes cameras. Okay, all of that is modern technology. So that's the topic. And then we're focusing on the loss of privacy, just the loss of privacy. Okay, so good. That is, we're going to stop here when it comes to talking about a topic sentence, and you guys are just going to practice in the discussion board. So think about how you can make a good topic sentence and make it clear. It doesn't have to be long. Look at my example, what we did with Carolina. My favorite season of the year is winter because of the holidays and the snow. It's simple. It's vocabulary that you already know, okay? And it's got subject and verb. That's what we're looking for too. All right, so that's a little bit about a topic sentence. Let's talk a little bit about supporting sentences, and then I'll give you the homework. So when we do supporting sentences, what we want to do is, we do our brainstorming or our pre-writing, and maybe we have a lot of ideas. And what we need to do is choose the best supporting. So maybe if I'm talking about the winter, my favorite season is winter, and I picked the snow, the holidays, um, the the fireplace. I was thinking of fire and kind of being cozy
Mhm.
and traveling. Okay. I want to pick my ideas that are going to be the best that I will be able to explain more, and make sure you're picking 3 points, or you can also do two, two bigger ones, but you're picking 2 or 3 points that are very different from each other. So my favorite holiday or my favorite season is the winter because of the holidays and because I get to see my family. Is that good?
Yes.
Nope. Because holidays is the time that you get to see your family. So I'm not going to pick two separate things that are very similar. That's why we picked holidays and the snow. Those are very different. Do you see that?
Yes.
And in the earlier example with Eduardo Garcia and the hobbies, I chose fixing cars and was it fishing? Hiking.
Mm, yeah,
I
hiking.
don't remember. Hiking and fixing cars, very different activities. Okay, I don't want to choose hiking and walking. Do you see? Those are really similar
Yeah.
because when you're hiking, you're also walking. You
Mhm.
walk in the park and you hike up a mountain or through the forest, but they both involve walking. So we don't want to choose those two. We want to choose supporting points that are very different from each other. Okay. Um, so that's my first thing to say. Make sure your points that you pick are different from each other so that you won't get stuck in kind of explaining the same thing twice. Okay. And the second thing to remember with supporting sentences is that you want to use transitions. So let's look over at page 20. Page 20 at the bottom. Organize your ideas with transitions. Okay, and I put examples here on the screen. First of all, also, another kind or another reason, another hobby is, and another one would be finally. Okay, these are the transition words that we want to use when we're moving to another supporting point. Okay, so remember, my favorite season is winter because of the holidays and the snow. So I would start with the holidays. First of all, we've got Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I get to see my family and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Also, so now I use a transition when I want to go to my second point about the snow. Also, um, playing in the snow, or I enjoy watching the snow. So we use transition that we're moving to another supporting point.
Mhm.
Okay, any questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, so in your book, they kind of divided it with time order and then spatial order, but in emphatic order. Here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to focus on time order, emphatic order, and space because that's not what we're going to be really in this um, class. But what I do want you to look at is just kind of become familiar with a little bit of the idea of the transitions. So page 21, I want you to put a star or mark at the top where it says the transitional expressions,
Mhm.
and then you see some there. After that, eventually, finally, in the beginning, those are used for time. Okay. Then turn the page 22. in the middle of the page, transitional expressions for emphatic order. Just put a star by those. We're not going to do emphatic order paragraphs. Basically, emphatic order just means putting the most important idea at the top, most important supporting point first, and then going down. We don't really need to do that in this class, but those are some examples of transition. Space order is on page 23. At the bottom of the page, you'll see another section with expressions. Okay, most of those are just prepositions. The ones on your screen right now, on your PowerPoint screen, those are the ones that I want you to use. Okay, so there are more examples in your book, but the ones I want you to use are here. I want to see at least 2 of these in every paragraph that you write. You've got to have like a first of all or also in addition. Finally means you're going to give your third supporting point.
Yeah.
Finally does not mean a conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So finally means you're giving you the third point. So I can do first of all, and then I can do also, and then for my third point, I can use finally. After that, I use the conclusion. I give a summary.
Yeah.
Okay? So we'll look more on Thursday. I'm going to give you an example of a paragraph that has transitions. If you want to, you can look ahead and look at that Word document that I posted. It's in the next reading exercise, but Thursday we'll talk more about transitions and we'll practice looking at that in a paragraph. But today I just want you to see in general, make sure you're choosing your supporting points are different from each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then make sure you have a few transitions in your paragraph. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about today is unity in supporting sentences. So unity means you're staying on the topic. You're not kind of getting distracted and writing about other things, right? We've got to stay focused on the topic when we're writing. So here's an example. Here's an example of the first 3 sentences in a paragraph. Remember the hobbies that we started out with at the beginning. I have a good topic sentence. My favorite hobbies are hiking. That's a good topic sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Something happens though after I start writing. So I'm going to give you a minute to think about what's wrong here. So just take a minute and read, and then I'll ask you a question.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so the controlling idea is hiking and fixing cars. And I have a transition, right? I use the first of all, so that's good. And I have a subject and verb, and I'm continuing to write about my hobbies. But there's a problem that happens. Carolina, can you find the problem?
Sometimes on weekends I go to the gym too.
Okay, so why is that a problem?
Because it's not about the topic. You're taking another thing that it don't has to be nothing to do with the topic.
Yeah, I'm starting to write about something that is not related to
Yeah.
my controlling idea.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I got off track was because I see activities and I enjoy exercise, and then I wrote a sentence about exercise. But I don't need to talk about the gym,
Yeah.
okay? The last sentence here is off topic. It's starting to go on to exercise and gym, which is not my real topic. My real topic is hobbies and fixing cars and hiking. Okay. So
Yeah.
what do? We just delete that sentence, we take it out, and we continue with unity. So first of all, they're both physical activities and I enjoy exercise. Hiking and fixing cars helps me relax and feel good about myself or whatever. You can continue on, but focus on the hiking and the fixing cars.
Yes.
Okay. Good. This is such a short class because there's only one person here. Okay, so let's do a little bit more work in your book. Page 25. I want to show you, see, we're skipping some of these practices because we don't want to focus on spatial order and all that. But I want you to go to page 25 to look more at examples of how to group your ideas and how to plan before you start writing. Okay, so look at the bottom of page 25. This is sort of like an outline where it says Allegra's paragraph plan. It says after she chose the best ideas and organized them, Allegra modified her topic sentence and wrote a paragraph plan. So her topic sentence is at the top. She has support one. That means that's her first point. And then she has a second point and a third point. And each point has some details. So for you, Carolina, remember the winter favorite season, and just for example, we chose holidays and the snow. So holidays would be support one.
Mm-hmm.
The holidays are a great time to be with my family or something about holidays. Okay, that would be support one. Then you would have a couple of details. Maybe you mentioned the hot chocolate or the gifts at Christmas or something else that you liked. That would be the details for support one. Then you would go to supporting point two, which is the snow. And you have a sentence there, and then you have some more details. This is really good to do to help you organize so that you don't time typing and typing for an hour, and then you go back and say, oh, wow, I don't even have details for my
Yes.
first point. Or maybe I got off topic on my second point. So outlines are good. So first you do the pre-writing, get some ideas, then you choose your best points, you write a topic sentence, and then you have your points and you put some details under each point. Then you can start actually making sentences. Okay,
Okay, teacher.
so I believe that's it for today. Yeah, we are done. That's pretty much a quick summary overview of chapter 2. And so here's what I want you to do for homework. I want you to read pages 14 to 21 and then 25 to 26. So we're skipping some of those in the middle because we're not going to write those kind of paragraphs. All right, so focus on these pages and do practices 2 and 5. So practice 2 is going to be about the topic sentence. You're going to underline the topic and then underline the controlling idea. Very, very important. We practice that a lot at the beginning of this lesson. So practice 2 is to focus on looking at the two parts of a topic sentence. And then practice 5 is over on page 21. And you're just going to organize the supporting details into a logical order. So again, it gives you an example of, what does a topic sentence look like? And then how do I fit supporting sentences under that? So that's practice 5.
Okay.
And I've got one extra for you in your book, page 29 and 30. This is going over Chapter 3, and it's in revising and editing chapter. So the topic is unity. We're looking at how to make sure our supporting sentences are focused. And so I want you to read page 29 and 30. And on page 30, they want you to underline the topic sentence and then note any sentences that are off topic. Okay, so that's on page 30. So that's looking at unity. And then the last two items on the to-do list, these are due on Friday, okay? Write one and 2 or 3 supporting sentences, okay? We're not writing a whole paragraph, 6 to 8 or 6 to 10 sentences. That's too much. We're keeping it kind of like half of a paragraph, okay? Topic sentence and then 2 or 3 those supporting sentences, and post that in the discussion board.
Okay, teacher.
And then what you're going to do, each person has a, okay? I typed up the partners in the lessons folder. You'll see who your partner is. Okay, but I'll tell you now in the video just to confirm with you. Carolina, your partner is going to be Isabel, but she just comes to, she's only she only does the online work, so she's not in our video. In Blackboard, you will see her name as Norma Nanis, I believe. So she's your partner. You two together, you're going to write your own topic sentence and support, and then she's going to write her own, and you are going to check hers, and she's going to check yours.
Okay, teacher.
And Soledad is partners with Gerardo, is partners with Sammy, and Maria is partners with Alan. Okay, so those are your partners, and you have until Friday to write in the discussion board and edit your partner's sentences. And then the last thing is your journal number 2 due on Friday. And you're going to post that in the Blackboard lessons. You click on the red letters where it says journal number 2, that, and you can upload your Word document or type. And remember, a journal, I don't grade the grammar, but I am looking for paragraph format, and I'm looking for, you kind of have a topic sentence and then you kind of explain it. So we're practicing some of the things that we're talking about in this class. I want to see evidence of these things in your journal.
Okay.
Not mark off for grammar mistakes or comma mistakes and things like that. And that's it. So that's a lot of work for this week, but you guys can do it.
Yes.
All right. So any questions before we go?
No, teacher.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me today, and on Thursday.